Good morning and welcome to You, Math, and Me. My name is George Randall, and today we're going to look at adding, subtracting, division, and multiplication of decimals. And the reason that we're kind of backing up, because a friend of mine suggested that you're already talking about algebra, and when I realized it, I have not covered a lot to do with decimals. Okay, so what we're going to do is start out with adding. And again, it's just like our basic adding. However, if you remember a subject matter on place value a couple weeks ago, we looked at several numbers that included decimals. And what I'm going to do real quickly is give you an example of adding decimals. In fact, several problems. We'll go 3, and that dot represents and 25/100, 15 and 606,000, 13 and 1/10. Now, if you notice, what I've done is made sure that our decimal falls just like this. Then you have the tenths place value, the hundredths place value, and the thousandths place value. And what we want to do, it doesn't change the value, is put zeros, and everything's lined up. And again, 0 plus 6 plus 0 is 6. 5 plus 0 plus 0 is 5. 2 plus 6 is 8, plus 1 is 9. On the whole number side, 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 3 is 11, carry a 1, and we have 3 ones. And that should read 31 and 956 thousandths. Okay, pretty simple. Let's look at another one. And this will be an addition of what we consider a whole number, 976, 32 and 7/10, 15 and 1/100. Keep it in order. And again, we'll add some zeros. And even though there was not a decimal here, this does not change the value of 976. Okay? Everything's in order. 0, 0, and 1. 0, 7, 0, 7. Put our decimal. 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 6 is 13. Carry out 1. 7 and 3 is 10. 1 is 11, 12. Carry out 1. We have 10. And the answer is 1,023 and 71 hundredths. Adding decimals. Okay. And if you had an application process where you bought a shirt that was $32, that's an expensive shirt, $32.05. A suit jacket, $110.26. And a pair of slacks, $55 and 10 cents. Again, everything is lined up. Hundreds place, tenths place. 5 and 6 is 11. Carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 is 4. 2 plus 5 is 7. 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 5 is 9. You would spend, and this does not include sales tax, $197.41. Okay, so we've had an application. Again, you go in the store, we buy these things, they tally it up, and you've kept, in this case, everything lined up properly, and you're able to add just like you would whole numbers. We'll look at subtraction. And it really isn't any different. We look at okay, again, 32 and 5/100. Subtract 11 and 95 cents. Everything's lined up. 5 subtract 5 is 0. 0 subtract 9 you can't do. However, you borrow just like normal, and that becomes 10. 10 minus 9 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. And 3 minus 1 is 2. And we can check this. Remember that relationship, those cousins, subtraction. Watch this. 5, 0, carry the 1. That's 2 and 3. Hand that paper in correct. That originally was 32 and 5/100. Checking it, 32 and 5/100. Hand it in correctly. Now, you couldn't see that. The verification. I need to put that over here so you can see it. Real quick. 32. Oh, my cameraman has changed that for me. I appreciate that. Okay? So, again, the verification was adding our answer to what we subtracted, and we came up with 3205. All righty. So we've looked at some subtraction. We've looked at some addition of decimals. And again, it's so important to, number one, look at that place value and make sure everything is lined up properly. All right. If you do have any questions, you can reach me at gerrandall22@gmail.com. So let's look at multiplication. Got some rules to remember now. Again, 35 and 75/100. And we're going to multiply by 9 and 15/100. The process is the same as multiplying whole numbers, okay? However, there'll be some rules that we have to look at. 5 times 5, 25, carry 2. 5 times 7, 35 plus 2, 37, carry 3. 5 times 5, 25 plus 3, 28, carry 2. 5 times 3, 15 plus 2, 17. Now, we always do that so that we're in the right line And again, 1 times anything, and that's 35 and 75/100ths, is that. So we just repeat. Oops. And now we got 2 spaces because we're now working here. 9 times 5, 45. Carry 4. 9 times 7, 63, plus 4 is 67. Carry 6. 9 times 5 is 45, plus 6 is 51. Carry 5. 9 times 3 is 27, plus 5 is 32. Now, before I add this up, something we should have done is said this right here, either we round up to 36, but we'll leave it 35, and this times 9. And this will be our estimate. 45, 27 plus 4 is 31. That's our estimate. Now, we're going to add 5, 12, carry the 1, 15 and 5 is 20, plus 1 is 21. And now 2 7s is 14, and actually it's 3 7s, 21. Now you didn't see what I did. I added 2 and 5, and that was a 7. And then I had 3 7s, multiplication. 3 times 7 is 21. And we carry our 2, 2, 3, 3 is 6, 7. Oops, 27. Then we have to count our decimal places. That's the rule. 1, 2, 3, 4. We start from right to left. 1, 2, 3, 4. That reads 327 and 1,125 10,000ths. That's our estimate. That's our actual answer. Pretty close. Because if you had put this decimal here, not even close. Not even close. So, again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Goes in between the 7 and the 1. And we get 327 and 1,125 10,000ths. Okay, now, when we come back again, if you have any issues with this, you can reach me at gerandall22@gmail.com. And we'll be right back. What happened here?
Hello? Hey, girl. What's wrong? Girl, I just went to a major dealership and got ripped off on a luxury car. Ugh.
Well, I just got a great deal on a luxury car at Star Imports in Camp Springs, Maryland. They took their time with me, treated me with respect, and helped me find the perfect car.
Hey, DMV, looking for a unique car buying experience? Tired of high-pressure sales? Good news. At Star Imports, you'll be delighted with our boutique-style car buying experience. We're committed to treating you with the utmost respect, even if you have less than perfect credit. Check out our impressive selection of pre-owned BMWs, Mercedes-Benz, Lexus, Jaguars, and other imports starting at $5,988. For fast online guaranteed credit approvals, go to starimports.com. That's STARRIMPORTS.com. Or call 301-423-8000. Star Imports, home of the boutique-style car buying experience. Located in Camp Springs, Maryland, off exit 7B off the Beltway, next to Red Lobster.
Welcome back to You, Math, and Me. And we're going to continue multiplication of decimals with some application processes. And one of those particular things, you might be buying some tile. And each tile costs 23 cents a piece. And that means that. It's 25 hundredths of a dollar. Okay? And you need 135 tiles to tile your floor. So what does that mean? One tile costs 23 cents. All you're doing is multiplying. So 3 times 5, 15. Carry a 1. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Carry a 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1, 4. Okay. And again, put this 0 so we stay lined up. So important to stay lined up when we're multiplying, dividing, whatever the case may be, with whole numbers or decimals. Again, 2 times 10, I'm sorry, I've given the answer. 2 times 5 is 10, carry the 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And 2 times 1 is 2. And we add 5, 0 plus 0, 4 plus 7 is 11, carry the 1, 3. Count our decimals, places, 1, 2, 1, 2. The cost of 135 tiles is $31.05. That's what it would cost you for the materials. When you remember these kinds of things, again, someday you'll get a quote and it will give you the material cost. That won't include the labor, but that'll be the material cost. Okay? So that's one application. Now, earnings. Earnings. Some of us, again, might have a little job, and there's things you got to know. You get paid weekly. How many weeks are there in a year? I know that there are 52 weeks in a year. Okay? And let's say you make $153. Let me get this lined up. See, I'm getting ready to mess up. $153.20 a week. Okay? But really, when you're multiplying, it doesn't make that much difference. You need to write this so that it looks in a situation that you're used to. Okay? That's 52 weeks. Again, this is how much we get paid weekly, and so on. Again, let's do our quick estimate. We're going to say that this is close to 50, and the 153 is close to 150. And I can do something like this. 0 times all of that is 0, and 5 times 0, 25. So, should make about $7,500. That's our estimate. Okay, now we do the actual multiplication. 2 times 0, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 5 is 10, carry the 1, 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. Remember, stay lined up. 5 times 0, 5 times 2 is 0 or 10, carry the 1. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16, carry the 1. And 5 times 5 is 25, plus 1 is 26, carry the 2. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. Okay. Here we go. 4, 6, 6, 9, 7. 2 decimal places. Now, we're off by about $4,000. So let's do this to bring that in even closer. Since this $153.20, let's go here and multiply by 50. 0, 15, 26, 7. And that's much closer as our estimate, and that is our actual. Okay? And again, practical application, you know you make $153.20 a week in your part-time job. You work 52 weeks a year. This is some extra money that you could make. Okay. Weight. I mean, you can use these applications all kinds of ways. Let's talk about weight. And again, you got to keep these things lined up. And it says a package of sugar weighs 2,125 pounds. Okay? And you're going to get 335 packages. Okay? And I apologize. I read that incorrectly. The weight of the sugar is 2,125,000 pounds. Okay? And you're going to get 335 packages. That's how much it costs per package. Okay? Two and 1, 2, 5. And you're going to get 335 packages. Again, this is way less than half, so we multiply for our estimate 335 times 2, and we get 10, 6, 7, and 6. That's our estimate. Okay? It's always good to do an estimate. 5 times 5, 25. Carry the 2. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. Carry the 1. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. 5 times 2 is 10. 0. So we can stay lined up. 3 times 5 is 15. Carry a 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 3 times 1 is 3. And 3 times 2 is 6. Mathematics. What I love. We just went through that, so guess what we do? We repeat. Add. And then we have 12 plus 6 is 18. 10 plus 1 is 11. This is 10. 3 plus 6 is 9, plus 1 is 10, plus 1 is 11. Carry the 1. And now we count. 1, 2, 3 decimal places. 1, 2, 3. Our actual weight, 711 pounds and 875 one-thousandths. Our estimate, 670. Pretty close. Pretty close. All righty. Now, we've gone through several application problems. We've gone through, again, addition, subtraction, and multiplication of decimals. I'm going to introduce real quickly one division problem, because there's some rules with that, and you need to know those rules. And we're going to start off with something very simple. We've got divisor, 12 hundredths. And we have 125 and 72 hundredths. Now the rule says we move this decimal 1, 2 to make it a whole number. We go where the decimal is in our dividend and move it 1, 2. Gosh, that's the first rule. And then we put it right there. Now we got two whole numbers. 12 goes into 12 once. 1 times 12 is 12. Subtract, get 0. Bring down a 5. Can 12 go into 5? No. 0 times 12, 0. Subtract. Bring down 7. How many 12s can you get out of 57 without going over? 4. This is why we need to know our basic facts. 4 times 12 is 48. Subtract. Borrow. That becomes 4. 9. And you got 92. What number multiplied by 12 will get close to 92 without going over? 7. 7 times 12 is 84. Basic fact again. Okay. And we have to borrow. That becomes 8. We got 12. And even though it's not there, doesn't change the value, we bring down a 0. How many 12s can you get out of 80 without going over? 7 or 6? 6. Now we're going to stop right there because it looks like 8, and what's going to happen, you keep bringing down zeros and it's going to repeat. And we're going to talk about repeating, and that's the symbol for it, that 6 and 6 and 6 and 6 are going to repeat, okay? Now, how do you know that's right? Well, you take that number and multiply, just like you do a regular situation where you had, let's see, 12 divided by, here we go, 96 divided by 12. And I know it's 8. That's the answer. And how do you check division? With the relative name multiplication. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 1 is 96. And that's how you check. I would do the same thing here, but we're out of time. And when we come back next week, I will finish this with a check. Again, if you need me, you can reach me at gerandall22@gmail.com. And again, I want to thank you for watching You, Math, and Me.